You know how certain games people like to self-insert themselves? Like, I'm going to create myself in Fallout or in Sims or, and so forth. So I was watching someone help build a character sheet for a Dungeons and Dragons campaign. And this was on some D&D server I'm on. And he told everyone that he's going to self-insert himself. So I was like, cool, cool. Now, he said something very interesting to me. In D&D or Dungeons and Dragons, there's an ability or a stat called intelligence. He was saying that his self-insert would be a character of high intelligence, and respectfully, I wondered why. And he tells us that he has a master's in finance and he's getting his second bachelor's degree in some other stuff. So he's very educated. So he feels it would make sense for him to be more intellectual in a self-insert world like this. Now, here's the thing about this. I always felt intelligence is somebody's ability to absorb information and understand the information they absorbed. This is way different than wisdom, which commonly gets mixed up. Wisdom is about insight, perception, and understandings of things that involve intuition, common sense, and just empathy. That gut feeling based off of your own instincts, that's wisdom. Intelligence is someone's ability to logically resolve problems and understand complex ideas, which can be related to memory and absorbing information. Just because someone is wise, it doesn't mean they're smart, and vice versa. Some people are able to problem solve faster than others, but we can't sit here and truly measure everyone based off of that. So I feel like those who are eager to consistently absorb information and feel everyone has something to offer are genuinely intelligent. Now, what do I mean by something to offer? Well, many people don't like to absorb information, despite thinking that they do. The moment you feel like somebody doesn't have something to offer, it's a moment of stupidity or ignorance. Here's an example. People who collect garbage in the morning, they got a whole thing going on related to logistics and understanding waste management. You think they just brainlessly pick up your trash and just go home? I mean, how many of us can actually break down the details and subject matter to waste management? Even if, like, you think that's not important to you, that's the problem, because waste is part of your everyday life. You throw stuff away every single day. You see a custodian at a school or a building sweeping the floors and stuff, they could teach you a certain cleaning technique. And see, something I just said is the problem here. Is when we think, oh, I don't need to learn this because I'm not scrubbing the floors, or I don't take care of the trash. So who cares about this? And I could list many more things, even plumbing. Many people don't even know how the toilet works from a mechanical level. Nobody is beneath you. Everyone has something to offer. You can learn from everybody and should be willing to. I feel like most people aren't. Oh, I'm older than you. I don't care why I need to potentially learn from you. Oh, you got 1,000 followers. Nothing you can say can be absorbed. I'd rather listen to some TikToker dancing while explaining to me something about whatever with 4 million followers, even though it's blatantly wrong. Oh, you didn't finish college? What do you know? These subconscious ways of thinking, I see. You broke. Let's compare bank accounts right now. I'm way ahead of you. I got more money than you. I'm not listening to you. Like that type of mentality, most people have it in some way. The moment you look down on others for whatever circumstance, I think that makes you immediately stupid. And I think most people are stupid, including me. I do it too. Most of you are familiar that I've been a C and C++ guy for like 15 years, right? I feel like over 15 years. People are trying to push the language Rust onto the C community. And listen, I hear you, okay? Jeez, Rust is a very safe language. I see the benefits of Rust and why a lot of C/C++ coders are switching to it. I also see it changing in the technology job market. The demand for Rust is out there, but man, here's where I go stupid. I'm so stubborn that I don't want to learn it. Despite learning a new programming language, I would say is better for your brain and makes you more versatile and dynamic, I'm just not interested. There are many other things too that are part of my life that I don't care to educate myself about. So see, when you stop learning, you start showing the ceiling to your intellect. My father does gardening work, right? He'll work on the garden, right? He asked me a few times to go out with him one day and just so he can teach me a bit about gardening. Man, I don't care about no gardening. And again, see, that attitude is what's putting a ceiling on me. I need to stop doing stuff like that. I'm poking at myself right now, But most people do this in some sort of way as well. It's either an accomplishment complex, or it's a superiority complex from something, or it can just be impatience. You pick something new to learn. You say, oh yeah, I'll learn this. You pick something up new to learn. And then you put it down like a day later because you don't feel like learning a bunch of new stuff related to it. I've been there too. I get interested in something new and I'm so interested in it, but the amount of stuff I have to learn to truly get into the hobby or whatever it is, it's overwhelming. And I just don't have the patience for it. Y'all know what I'm talking about? That one hobby you tried and it's like, man, I really want to learn this hobby or get into this, but it's just too much for me to absorb. And I know a lot of people are probably coping about this subject because in a narcissistic society that we live in now, people love to believe that they're smarter than others or they're gifted in some way. Whatever. Listen, I have to be convinced to believe someone is smart, personally speaking. Not just, oh, I'm good at these 3 subjects. I'm smart automatically. Yeah, you're smart at those 3 subjects. That doesn't mean you're better or smarter than most other people, though. Everyone has their own things that they're smart with and good at. You know what I'm saying? Like I mentioned the C++, I'm good at programming. Okay. I wouldn't look down on other people. Oh, so you stupid? You don't know how to program? You don't know how to do arithmetic and logical operations and stuff like that with programming stuff? Like, I don't look at you like you stupid. Like, dude, that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, just because you're good at something doesn't imply you're better than other people at everything else. And I've seen people who are good at like League of Legends or Dota 2 or whatever. They're mathematically so in tune with every single fight. They could break down every battle and in a detailed standpoint, every single part, every hero or champion. They could give you everything about it, but then they can't do many other things out there in life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're smart. They're smart in League or Dota. They have a lot of knowledge with it, but would you consider them smart in general? And that's what we gotta stop doing. Yeah, you're smart at 1 or 2 things. Doesn't mean you're smart in general. So going back to the original story, I'm not having this full conversation with him, by the way. That'd be wild, right? I'm just sharing my internal thoughts. But you see how he said, oh, my character would be more intelligent because it's a self-insert and I have a master's degree and 2 bachelors. That doesn't imply you're smarter than anybody. You know what I'm saying? It implies you spent more time consistently going to school. Now you're suddenly smarter than everyone else because that's what you accomplished. Like, that's how I immediately knew this dude is just like mostly everyone else. Most people are stupid. And it's because of stuff like this. And everything mentioned so far in this episode of Aku Anime. We're ignorant beings. And few of us are willing to absorb all sorts of knowledge regardless of their interest or not. And out of out of fairness to this topic, I wouldn't go around calling yourself stupid because, I'm saying most people are stupid. I'm saying it in a sense that we should always know that the moment we stop learning is the moment we stop growing. Every day is a new opportunity to grow, but to grow, you need to absorb information to do so. Many of us spend our days without that. That's why I always say, like, if you're going to spend time playing games all day, pop in a podcast or something in the background, something to listen to, something that could get your mind moving in another way as well. Learn about things on the side. It actually builds more character to your personality as well, because you'll have more things to talk about. Just the other day, you remember last episode, I said I went to the city just a few days prior to that. When I went to the city, this guy stopped me and he said, he looked at my hand tattoo and he's like, oh, that's the Metatron's cube. What you know about Enoch? And my brain farted, obviously, social anxiety, by the way, but all that studying I did of the Book of Giants and other biblical studies, it suddenly rushed into my head in like a decent way, but very slowly because of social anxiety. But it opened a whole conversation with us. Some dude and I, who we don't even really know each other, we're talking about a bunch of esoteric stuff too now. Now we have something we could talk about. See how that just added to my character because I spent time, gaining knowledge about something, and I'm not the most knowledgeable about the subject, but he had his own knowledge and I learned stuff from him and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Everyone has something to give and learn from. Anyway, this episode is found on Spotify and YouTube, Times Square. Nightmare 7 a.m. in the morning though. No surprise. Times Square is you and I under those lights. No disguise. Don't tell me everything you wanted was a lie. All those city lights, it's an endless night. Never expected you to bring me so much life. Close my eyes too long, then it's time to say goodbye. Let's dance all night until the stars don't show glow. Till the sunrise, then we go solo. Making up for all the time times that we were low. Let's make some memories before we do go. Let's dance all night until the stars don't show glow. Till the sunrise, then we go solo. Making up for all the times that we were low. Let's make some memories before we do go. Caution, wait a moment, keep my heart locked away, it's filled with emotion. Gave the key to you, right in front of you is open. Hey, try your best to not leave it broken. Oh, it's been a while since you know it's frozen.